close your eyes. Now open them. What do you see first, or what colors did you see first? Ben? Ben? Red yours. Anybody else? Colin?
The doll.
Well, my eyes were mostly drawn to the blue dress on top of the red dress. That's because blue and red are complementary colors. Complementary colors are colors that are opposite on the color wheel. Which there are a lot of in this painting. Do you know what else is different about the colors in this painting? Does anybody notice it? Well, 50% of the colors are warm and the other half are cool. Colors are elements. Do you know what else is an element? Shape. I noticed that Gabrielle Munter likes putting in a lot of organic shapes that relate to geometric shapes. Here are some examples. My first example is the Portrait of a Woman by Gabrielle Munter. And you see how starting from the top of the woman's hat to the bottom of her dress, it's in a triangular shape? The same thing goes for my next example, which is Girl with Red Ribbon, and it is also by Gabrielle Munter. You see how starting from the red ribbon to the bottom of her shirt, it's in another triangular shape? And if you follow me over here, my second example, or my third example, is Boating, and it's also by Gabrielle Munter. You see how starting from the top of the man's head to the bottom of the boat, it's in another triangular shape. Now, I want you to notice something about the brushstrokes. Do you see how they're all wild? Well, that's just a style of art, and it's called Fauvism. Does anybody know how Fauves got their name?
I think because they were different than every other art before them.
That's true, but I have a story behind how it went. A group of unnamed artists showed off their artwork, and an art critic yelled, "Ah, a fave," which means wild beast in French. You're probably wondering why he would call it wild beast. Well, that's because, like I mentioned, the brushstrokes were all wild, and also the colors weren't as natural as they were with realism or even expressionism, which were the two styles of art that came before Fauvism. Fauvists didn't care about natural color. They only used color to express joy. The same thing went for German expressionists, except they didn't use color to express joy. They used it to cover the darker side of the human emotion. So I guess you can say Fauvists and German expressionists are kind of like opposites, except Gabrielle Munter was both. Who wants to hear an interesting fact about Gabrielle Munter? Well, she has more than one piece called Girl with Doll. Here's the second one. Do you see how I mentioned earlier that triangular shape? Well, it's in this one too. Starting from the top of the girl's head to the bottom of her skirt, it's in another triangular shape. Hey, have you ever wondered what the doll in the painting would look like as a real doll? Well, I did, so that's exactly what I did for my interpretive piece. I wanted to see the doll in the painting become real, so I sewed a doll that looked exactly like the one in the painting. Well, that concludes my presentation, or like Gabrielle Munter once said, auf Wiedersehen.